let's explore the bricks and pieces in the Orchid by the Botanical collection. This is the LEGO Creator Expert. Set number 10311 contains 608 bricks. Okay, so let's open this up. And yes, it's got these dreaded thumb pusher things where you have to mutilate the box to get it open. So, this box is probably not meant to be reused. Okay, whoa! Alrighty, I can see some stuff still stuck in there. Is that it? Oh, even the instruction manual is black, just like the other one that I've done. Yeah, well, let's open this up and see. Sorry for my light being all glary. I need to invest into more of an indirect lighting thing. Wow. Okay, let's start ripping things up so everything can fall off the table. And honestly, I don't mean to harp on this. Actually, yes, I do. LEGO, you need to get rid of the poly bags. You know, it's getting to be annoying. So here's the manual. Probably scan that to see more offers. We get a set of, looks like 32 stud long cross axles. Now they're used for this, but guess what? These will make great supports for making spruce trees. And yes, I'm looking at this as a mock builder's point of view. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 numbered bags. Okay, well, let's start going through things. Let's get that manual out of the way. We already know about this. Let's put these over here. And I found it was easier to keep them grouped up. Set these over here. Let's focus on this bag right here, number 1. What do we get inside? What bestows us today? Everything's out of that nasty poly bag. Obviously get a smaller bag here. Okay. Several 8x8 round plates. We get 4 of those in total. This make great for, I don't know, making maybe a sandcastle or something. We'll set that right there. And we do get some green-blue Technic bricks, or Technic beams. Yeah, we get Technic bricks in that, 1x2 Technic bricks with 1 hole. And checkers, anyone? I've seen these a few times and they look like little checker pieces. All we need is some black and stuff, and then you can play them upside down and flip them over when you get kinged. And a 4x4 brick and some turntable bases. Looks like we get plenty of 4x4 flat tile with bow. Some nice yellow or orange Technic beams. One of these branch holders for limbs. Also get a couple of these in white. These plates with, or tiles with bow. Some 2x2 round bricks and brittle brown. I hope that doesn't break. Anything else in here? We obviously get a brick separator and some yellow beams. And some more Technic nails. Well, actually, yeah, well, this is the first Technic nail I've seen. So, alright, let's put that over there. And I'm going to try my best to keep everything in order. Let's see what we get in here. Okay, right on the inside, mostly just Technic pins. That's pretty much what that bag was full of, huh? So, it looks like we get some lime green friction pins and regular friction pins. These are actually just the ones with that will accept the cross axle, and some Technic things that will accept Technic pins. 1x1 Technic bricks. These always come in handy for travel trailers. I use those a lot for travel trailers. And some 2 stud long cross axles. What else? There's some round plates and just, you know, the old stuff. We got a a friction stub. Okay, that's pretty much it for bag 1. Moving on to bag 2. Let's get in there and see what we get. Crunchy, crunchy, more poly bags. Cool. Not. Okay, it looks like we get a lot of sand blue in here, obviously. So we'll take a look at that in a second. So, 2x4 ridge slopes, 45 degrees in sand blue. And looks like we get ourselves some 2x2 plates with a Technic pin on the bottom. 2x4 sand green plates, or sand blue, I'm sorry. My apologies. Looks like that's all we get in here. Anything else? That's it? Oh, we get some of these little 1x2 triple ridge slopes. You can do this if you want. Making sure my camera's recording. Sometimes if it doesn't like a review, it'll shut off. Alright, let's open this up. Looks like it's the same thing that was in here. I only have one memory card in my camera because I'm using the other one for the tutorial camera. The other one finally just exhausted itself. So we do get a few more of these and some friction Technic pins with stud. So that's pretty much for bag 2. So this looks like this is just the parts for the pot. So let's see if we can keep this divided up here so I don't mix them up, because I'm going to have to put this together. Alright, let's move on to bag 3. What do we get in here? Well, it's obviously a lot of dark green. That was the only bag that had a lot of bright colors. Let's set these off to the side. And looks like we get ourselves some of these, I call them plane parts or spaceship parts. Usually see these for aircraft. Got a bunch of those. They also are outfitted with some Technic holes as well. And some of these vine parts. These always come in handy right here for making trees and such. What number is that? This is a number 3. So you get several of those. And some of these corner Technic half beams. Some of these Technic cross-axle splicers. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, we got a couple of 2x4 plates in that color and some of these, but honestly, this bag here did not have really anything exciting. It was just kind of bland. Let's open up the small bags. Well, that's where the ice cream was hidden at, huh? I don't need to go shopping for any more of that. Alright, let's see what we got in here. So we got a couple of these little, look like little frying pans. And some dark green round 1x1 flat tiles, and some Technic pins with stud. And those are actually in dark bluish gray. I also get a few of these as well. These are like a 2x2 plate that accepts 2 pins, and of course we get some half beams and, you know, not a lot of goodies there, just Technic stuff. I'm not much of a Technic fan. I don't really understand it. It's interesting, I just can't get into the theme. Alright, more small stuff. This is probably where the 600 some odd pieces is at. Dark green round 1x1 bricks. I have never seen these in person. Now I have. So I can get a few of those. And a 1x2 Technic beam. Some flat 2x2 flat tiles. We also get some 1x1s. A nose cone. A lot of these 2 stud long cross axles. Here's a friction fork. These hollow. So we do get, these are actually hollow dark green 1x1 round plates or hollow studs. And we also get a few of these shafts and some of these little curly vine things. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Don't be rolling over there. That is not your area. Get these round things. Remember these 3-stud long shafts? So you get plenty of those in bright green, which is cool. See if we can keep these from rolling around, because that's what they want to do. Yeah, we got those ice cream toppers in there too. Finally, bag 4. Let's see exactly what is in here. At least this has got some white and stuff, but white's pretty common for me. It depends on the part. Okay. Alright, let's see here. We got a small bag. I've seen these a few times. These are kind of like what they use for the petals. I really don't know what you'd use these for, except for just what they're for. And some of these claw plates. They're like a 1x2 plate with a claw on them. You get several of those, and reddish brown and dark brown. I wonder what those are used for. And then we got some of these pieces. I've seen these before, but not in, I believe that's dark pink. Or here we got bright pink. And these things. These look like little switches you would put on something like on a robot. And we got some parabolic rings. We got several of these. These make great things for spruce trees. And some cross axles with stud. When I say stud, this actually can accept a brick. So let's just show you right here. So you can actually connect a brick or something to that. And this looks like something you see on a Ouija board or a guitar pick. That's what it looks like, maybe a guitar pick more than something like that. But yeah, so I guess that's what those are for. I mean, it's obviously like a shield. It's got a spot for a minifigure to hold on to. Speaking of that, oh, we got a minifigure head, but it's just plain white. Yeah, not too fun. Anything else in here that's any hidden treasures? And that's the reason why I do a lot of these unbaggings, because you never know what kind of treasures you're going to find in here. This is why I call these part explorations, because you never know what you'll find in a set. Sometimes we'll look at the box and we'll snub our nose at it, and don't you be rolling off. We snubbing our nose at it until we open it up like, oh, I could use half these parts. Oh! Well, we got white forks in here. So, how many of those do we get in here? Because that'd be great for like a camping theme. You know, like the plastic white fork. Now, Lego needs to come out with sporks. That's what we need. We got some of these. We got some 2x2 round tiles and some of these holders that accept a stick. Some of these T connectors. Some of these Technic cross-axle bushings. And how I know my part names, it's just years of doing this. We got one of these spiky vine root things. I don't know what those are. Oh, you're gonna love this one. Look, we get magenta frogs. Oh, how many of those do we get in there? We got 4, 5, 6. So what would you use those for? Maybe a poisonous frog in your garden. Like I said, I think of an open mind when I go through sets. Look how you get a bunch of forks in here. You can open up a fork store if you wanted to. Very rare. And a bunch of these. And some friction pins. And that's pretty much it for the unbaggings. Now, for the parts, honestly, this is a nice colorful palette. We get a little bit of everything in here. Just the only two colors that really stand out is the sand blue and the earth green. This is actually dark green or earth green, depends on what you want to look at it. So, the next step is there any parts you could build MOCs out of? Not really, unless you're into plants, but you could even use these for existing MOCs, or be a great set to mess around with, to duel around and see what you could build out of. It's got a little bit of everything. And this is the Orchid from the Botanical Collection, Lego Creator Expert. Set number 10311 contains 608 pieces. Yes, it does look like we do get 608 pieces, probably more.